Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the biggest law of assumption and reality bending video yet. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back to Be Something Wonderful, our studios here in Las Vegas. I have a big video today. This is really a question on yesterday's video with a client that said, Tom, I've dreamed and desired and imagined and faked it and pretended my reality. But why hasn't it come true then? And she was referring to actually having daydreams about it, imagining it when she was younger. And she says it never seemed like those dreams came true. And now I'm imagining and dreaming it and I'm faking it and it still doesn't seem like it's coming true. I want to hit all of these ideas today and more. Here's the thing. Dreams don't come true because they already are true. Do you see it? When you pretend it, fake it, dream it, imagine it, it's already created. It's already there. Your wishes don't get fulfilled. They're already fulfilled. And it's that separation from you and your dream, from what you're pretending or faking, from what you're imagining and assuming. That separation is what creates the idea that it's not fulfilled or it hasn't come true. Right? Remember, and we're talking about that, and what she was referring to is it hasn't been manifested into a physical 3D experience because you feel separate from it. That's why I've dreamed and imagined, desired it, pretended and faked it, but it never came true. That's why you believe and assume that it must come true versus already being the truth, hear this, of a potential and probable identity and version of you already living and experiencing that life that you desire. Do you see it? That's the difference. There's already a version of you living that life. There's already a version of that reality. And it's you believing that it's a dream that must come true, that it's something that has to be fulfilled, that keeps you separate from it, that keeps it as a fantasy, or only your imagination, or only something that you're pretending or faking it, because we believe that we're just faking it or pretending, right? Remember, it doesn't feel real to you. It feels like a fantasy or a pipe dream or something in the future. Remember what Neville said, to desire a state is to have it. Continuing to desire it implies that you're separate from it and you feel separate from it. It's about feeling it real. That's the feeling of wish fulfilled. It's feeling the conviction, right? And it doesn't if it feels fake to you, you're not feeling it real. If it feels like a pipe dream, you're not feeling it real. If it feels like it's a dream that has to come true in the future, you're not feeling it real, right? That's the feeling of wish fulfilled, the feeling of reality, of the reality of it, and the conviction of your desired reality. That's what that really means. We're going to get into this idea today and more. Remember, your wishes and dreams don't come true. They already exist as a truth within you. Hear this again. Your wishes and dreams don't come true. They already exist as a truth within you, as a reality within you, right? It's not a journey of becoming fulfilled. It's a journey of fulfillment. I really want you to hear this. That's the difference. Now you're not separate from it. Now you're just experiencing the fulfillment that's already within you, the dream that's already come true, the version of you that's already living it. That's powerful. To experience the fulfillment of being that infinite, unlimited, holy, fulfilled spirit that you already are. That's the journey. That's why that cliche of the joy is in the journey is not just a cliche, it's a fundamental truth of reality. The joy is in the journey because that's the journey. It's a journey of fulfillment and more fulfillment. That's what desire is. Remember, what is desire? Desire, as I've talked about many times, is the divine urge to know yourself experientially as source, or all that is. Through infinite viewpoints, infinite perspectives, infinite vantage points, including, but not limited to, the physical 3D experience. Your source, experiencing yourself in infinite ways, contemplating yourself as source. it's to express and contemplate itself as life or existence. That's what Source does. It contemplates itself as life itself, to create life and more life, as existence itself. That's powerful. So human desire, that human desire for things and people and events and money and all that other stuff that we desire, love, wealth, health, that is an expression and manifestation of that divine desire or that divine urge to be more aware of yourself as awareness itself. That's what self-awareness is. You're the awareness. That's that urge to know yourself as that source, to know yourself as unlimited consciousness, right? That's that human desire is a manifestation. It's an expression of that divine desire, that divine urge. That's why your desires really, that's what your desires really are. You intersecting, overlapping, and rendezvousing with other parallel alternative identities, realities, and versions of you already experiencing that reality. That's what deja vu is. That's what synchronicities are. That's what coincidences are. That's what you call signs. That's the unseen becoming seen. That's the overlapping. That's you overlapping with you. And another you experience. That's what desire is. It's another you experiencing what you're desiring. Right? And vice versa, right? To that other infinite you, you're a potential, right? That's what you're doing. If you can imagine it, dream it, desire it, there's a version of you already living it now. Hear it again. I've talked about this in many different ways. If you can imagine it, dream it, and desire it, there's a version of you already living it right now. And you feel that, see that, through overlapping and intersecting spillovers from other realities, happening all the time. But as you focus on non-fulfillment, as you focus on things that don't come true, then you're not seeing it, you're not perceiving that, right? So let's really hit this. So the question isn't whether or not dreams come true. The question is not whether or not your wishes and desires will be fulfilled. The question is whether or not you're going to feel it real and believe and accept it as your identity and reality right now. That's the only question. Hear this again. The question isn't whether your dreams, whether or not your dreams come true. They've all come true. Whether or not your wishes and desires will be fulfilled. They all have been fulfilled. So the only question then, if they've been fulfilled and your dreams have come true, whether or not you're going to feel it real, believe and accept it as your identity and reality right now. That's why Neville said, you are already that which you want to be. And your refusal to believe this is the only reason that you don't see it. That's why Neville said that. That's why Jesus said, but who do you say I am? As he pressed his disciples. Not what the world says. Right? Remember when he asked his disciples, they went off on a tangent, saying maybe John the Baptist, one of the prophets, Jeremiah, all these things. But Jesus said, but who do you say I am? In other words, who do you say you are? Not the world, not others, not your doubtful thoughts, not your fearful feelings, right? Not your self-imposed limitations. Who do you say you are? That's powerful. So, your definition, your viewpoint, an opinion of yourself, your self-concept is all that matters. Right? Your opinion, this is what Neville Goddard says, your opinion of yourself is your most important viewpoint. You are infinitely greater than you think you are, or you assume you are, in other words, right? So the question is, from what viewpoint are you imagining, are you assuming, are you affirming your new life? From the limitations, doubts, and fears of your current perceived reality and appearances, or from the new version of you and reality that you have resurrected by your desiring, by your dreaming, by your imagining of it. That's what the whole idea of resurrection is. You're resurrecting that identity, that dream, that new reality that you believe in. You're dying to that old identity, that old reality, right? And you're unbinding yourself from these limitations. That's the whole meaning of the resurrection of Lazarus in Scripture, right? This is powerful. So what are you imagining? And John 11:44, speaking of Lazarus, one thing that I talk about often. Lazarus was resurrected. So you've imagined it. Your dreams have already come true. Your wishes have already been fulfilled. They're already there. They're all around you. But like Lazarus, you're standing there in your grave clothes, in your old identity. You got a cloth over your eyes. You can't see it. You're bound by your hands and feet. And you can't loosen those limitations of that old identity, that old reality. Right? You're still bound by your own doubts, by your own fears, by your own limitations, by a reality and appearances that you believe are real, by dreams that you believe don't come true, by wishes that you believe have to be fulfilled in some nebulous future. Right? And he who had died came out, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. You're in grave clothes. Right? Are you ready to give up that old story? Are you ready to give up that old identity and old reality of limitations, obstacles, and take a stand while walking in your new world and version of you? Are you ready to live those dreams in fulfillment? Loose him and let him go. That's what your I am says to you. Jesus saying that. Loose him and let him go. Loose him, unbind him. Right? Depending on the version of Scripture. Unbind him and let him go. From the series The Chosen, in the pool scene, as you know, I love this scene, the pool of Bethesda, the healing of the paralyzed man, Jesus says, well then let's go. Get up, pick up your mat and walk. Let's go, guys. So that's why Neville said, only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. Right? Remember, your viewpoint or identity or opinion, as Neville Goddard says, or definition of yourself or self-concept or assumption determines, creates, and manifests your reality, your entire life experience. No exceptions. Who and what you're conscious of being creates it all. The ideal of parallel or alternative realities, the idea is what I meant to say. This idea of parallel or alternative realities doesn't mean closer or further away from your desires. We get this idea that our desires or our realities or our wishes are far away in time and space. We're so bound by linear time, like Lazarus, bound by those limitations of linear time. We think in terms that it's going to take longer or it's further away, that I'm not near my reality. Because we have this idea of parallel alternative realities that we're moving to. But they're not further away in space and time, but really only in the intensity and conviction of your assumptions, your viewpoints, your definitions of self and your identity. That's all that means. Right? That reality is all here and now. It just depends on your viewpoint, your conviction, the intensity of the viewpoint, a definition of self, who you are. Do you see this? That's powerful. So we have this idea, right, of parallel realities, moving to parallel realities. Some feel further away than others. But the reality of it is they're all you. You're standing in the middle of all of them. They're all you, one superimposed over another. All identities spilling over, overlapping, intersecting with you all the time. That's why you see these synchronicities, but we blow them off. But that's you experiencing that version of you. When you have a deja vu and feel like you've been there before, you have, because there's a version of you there right now. Right? All realities, all frames, all scripts, all identities, one superimposed over another, with you looking out to a specific viewpoint and identity that you call your 3D personality. That's how dreams and wishes come true and desires are fulfilled. You loose and unbind or give up your current identity, reality, and limitations. And then you allow yourself to enter the viewpoint of that new identity. Right? So how close or how far you are from your desired reality or new identity is not dependent on space and time, but to the degree that you're willing to loose and unbind yourself from your current viewpoint and focus and look out to a new focus. That's powerful today. So remember, any change, any shift is a complete change in identity and reality. Any single shift in focus, awareness, identity, and reality changes everything in all time, all realities, all identities, a total shift in identities and realities. And we're doing that all the time in every moment, right? It's that divine gift of self-awareness, the free will to limit yourself and focus on and as a specific identity that gives you the unlimited power to access, enter, and occupy any number of infinite identities and versions of realities that you already are and are already living right now. That's power, right? Try it, right? This is really what I want you to do. I want you to try it. It's a shift in awareness. It's a shift in focus. To have fun with this. Try this as you're sitting with friends or you're in your house and you're doing something. Try it. Close your eyes. Even if you're in friends, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine it different. Move your awareness and focus. You can do it with your eyes open, right? Move in awareness and watch how the scenery changes, right? The scenery, the script starts changing because you're moving within. You're moving your awareness. The hue of your reality starts looking different. That's what we've been calling signs and synchronicities and coincidences. It's you moving realities, right? Try it. Remember, they are not mere dreams or daydreams or pipe dreams or fantasies or unfulfilled desires. They're spillovers, overlapping and intersecting versions of you and realities that you're living. That's what all your desires and dreams are. They're not just mere desires or mere dreams that haven't been fulfilled or haven't come true. They're a version of you, an identity of you that you're feeling, that you're seeing, that you're sensing, that's living that reality right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to dream it, fantasize about it, or have a desire about it. It's a spillover, an overlap, an intersecting versions of you and realities that are going on right now that you're living. They're not past lives, all these lives are going on. So sense those. Just go within and assume it. Assume you're in that new reality. Watch as the hue changes, as things look different. This is fun. This is what I want you to try. Have fun. Be carefree and light about it. Drop importance. Take a light touch. Remember, when you focus doesn't mean effort. Focus is just a shift in your awareness, right? And so it's simply moving your attention awareness to someone else or somewhere else or sometime else. And remember, that someone else is you, another version of you. That somewhere else is here, and that sometime else is now. Try it. Don't look at it as a mere daydream. See yourself in that new reality, right? See what it feels like. Enter that image, right? Start imagining that you're different. Move your focus, you don't have to even be in a state akin to sleep necessarily. Move your focus while you're with friends. Move it while you're out, while you're walking. Assume that you're walking through a new portal or a new reality. Watch how the hue changes. Dream that dream, but dream it awake, consciously focusing on it, right? As you would do, you will physically experience the spillovers and the overlapping of realities as deja vus or synchronicities or coincidences. It's happening as cause equals effect and the previously unseen becomes seen. That's what signs are. Remember, cause equals effect. It's our focus that everything's in a linear fashion, that things take time and space and intensity to move. It's that intensity of your identity. It's the conviction of who you are that moves everything. Nothing happens in time and space. It happens within you, according to who and what you're being, what identity you're putting your awareness on. So be someone different. Try it. Try moving your attention to someone else, somewhere else, and sometime else. But that someone else is you, a version of you. That somewhere is here, and that sometime is now. That's powerful. I want you to try that. There's nothing required here, but dream it. But this time, dream it knowing when you dream it, when you fantasize about it, when you imagine it, when you desire it, you're entering that reality. That is a version of you that you're entering. It's all changing, but you keep looking out from that same old dead identity in your grave clothes. The dead reality. You keep looking out from that same old dead reality saying it hasn't changed. That's why. Right, this is the biggest law of assumption in reality bending video yet. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of the membership channel. We had a live stream on Sunday, plus we had a new video released on the membership channel on Sunday. Plus on the public channel, we re-released an older video that was edited with those edits. Remember, guys, we're still going to continue with this format, our daily format of one and done. This is a one and done, baby. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/group/Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, on our TikTok at Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, with great love, great light, infinite gratitude, this is Tom here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.